Cuphead is a game that was first shown off in 2014, and now it's finally here. And amidst all the anticipation, it was a game that really wasn't on my personal radar, but after hearing a lot of good things, I tried it, and I'm extremely happy that I gave it a chance. Now, we live in an era where some full-price $60 games aren't all they're chalked up to be. But some game developers are opting to make shorter, but extremely detailed and engaging games for a fraction of the price, and these seem to be some of the most well-received titles in recent years. Well, I'm happy to say that Cuphead is continuing this trend with its amazing visuals, tight controls, and challenging gameplay that really reminds me of the essence of gaming, much like the old ragtime feel the game presents of an older generation. Without knowing much about the game, I was really drawn in by the art style and character design. It's so unique, and it was just a great selling point to someone like me who wasn't as interested or knowledgeable. I was under the impression going in that it was a platforming shooter where you encountered a boss at the end of each level, but I was pleasantly surprised to find out it's more of a boss rush style game, with platforming levels sprinkled throughout that you can play to unlock upgrades for Cuphead. One of my favorite things about Mega Man was the Robot Master Gauntlets, where you had to beat all of them back to back, and Cuphead presents that idea as a whole game, which I really loved. My highest praise of Cuphead is that it teaches the player its mechanics through gameplay as it slowly ramps up the difficulty. Each early boss is designed in a way that shows you one aspect of combat without completely overwhelming you at first. The vegetables teach you that some boss forms need to be shot at an angle. The ooze boss shows you that dashing is a great movement option. The frogs make it obvious for new players what things they should parry. The flower shows you that sometimes focusing on your surroundings is equally as important. And the Zeppelin teaches you the basics of flying battles without being too difficult to get used to. Teaching players through gameplay makes a game fun, and it's more on the player to learn these things and adapt as they improve, and that's good game design, as opposed to a boring full-length tutorial level that throws everything at you at once that has to be completed before getting into the actual game.
This guy plays video games and writes about them for a living and reviews them. I hope he's not going to review Cuphead in a month, right? Because clearly, if he's reviewing Cuphead and he can't even get through the first level, he's not going to give that game a good review, right? My
favorite aspect of the combat is parrying, and the designers do a great job of implementing it into fights as a challenge, but rewarding the player for mastering it. Two examples I found predominant early on were in the flower and candy boss fights. Parrying the seed before it landed prevented this annoying bitch of a flower from spawning, which really helped control the area you can move. The jelly beans in the candy fight were annoying to deal with because they created an extra thing to watch out for, but parrying them made taking down each form easier as it filled your special move gauge. When a game has a unique aspect to it and rewards you for doing it, it motivates the player to engage in the gameplay even more. However, I feel like every review should point out a negative, and for me it was the coin levels. They just felt monotonous at times, and I say that in the sense of when I lost to a boss, I was motivated to continue because I wanted to beat them. It was driving me to get over that hurdle, and I liked the challenge. With the coin levels, losing was more of a frustration at times, especially with no checkpoints, and beating them felt more like a chore rather than an accomplishment, even with the reward of buying upgrades. Spending too much time on these levels started to feel disjointed from the main point of the game, which is collecting souls, and this is my only nitpick in an otherwise great game. Overall, Cuphead gets an A from me, and it's one of those rare titles that I would recommend to any gamer. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed something different on the channel. This was really fun for me to do, so if you want to see more stuff like this, hit that like button or tell me in the comments, and let me know your thoughts on Cuphead as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, and this flower can go to hell. Deuces!
Come on, just a snare in the 808. Weezy baby on the mic, DOA. Okay, I like to thank Kanye and my nigga Diesel from giving me this diesel like a F-350. Tank never empty. Damn, everybody in the bank act friendly. Use the day my